And hero of neutrality, everyone. Putting my lightsabers away. What's up, everybody? Hi, hello. I'm Dove. Welcome back to KOTOR. And, Are you the same merchant? Yeah. Previously, we did some stuff, and now here we are in Manaan. That's the docking bay, so I think I'm just like straight going back. West Central. This sounds like a direction I can go. Alright. So, this city is very, very peaceful, and we have to keep it that way. We're not going to, I don't think, because, you know. Yo, Mr. Grey Jedi I look up to also is kind of a jerkbag. Anything about this place?
Manaan's an unusual place. Not for its water, mind you. It's the Kolto, healing juice. Only place where it occurs in the galaxy. And that's about all I got to say about that. Now, let's get going.
Okay.
Oh, I get it.
And you're caught up. You're caught up to the entire plot of the entire game thus far. Who are you? Zog player, okay. Sure. I'll bet 139, because that's how much I'm prepared to lose. This works. I almost stood on a 1. I'm taking a risk. I can't stand because he'll just win. If I draw, it's gonna be bad. You know what? I'll take that set. I don't want to stand here. Risk. Okay, well, I'll just lose the set. Okay, well, I shouldn't have played that then. I thought I could play another one. I'm gonna get a 10. Now I'm gonna get a 10. You know what? You win. Fine. Cool. Fine by me. Wow, this is pretty. That's flowing water, ain't it? Like a mini waterfall. Cool. So I'm not 100% sure what we're meant to be doing other than looking for the, Welcome to Manaan. While you are here, I trust you'll follow all the rules governing the activities of Offworlders. Yeah, I'll follow. What are the rules exactly? The single most important law in Manaan is very simple. Kolto smuggling is punishable by death. If you're carrying any unprocessed Kolto, you'd better have a permit. Okay. Don't steal the healing water. Got it. Keep the peace. Here on Manaan, we maintain a careful neutrality, and we react very harshly to people who jeopardize our neutral status. I plan on doing that too. Result swiftly and decisively. This is understood. Crystal clear, buddy. That's it? 2 laws? Of course we have laws against murder, theft, and other crimes. These laws are hardly different than those of any other planet. Okay. Well, okay, ask a stupid question, but you never know. I'm trying to follow all the rules. Because this planet kind of owns. Manon's neutrality is closely linked to our Kolto production. That is why I made special mention of the laws regarding smuggling and keeping the peace. Actually, that probably was not meant to be like, whatever. You know what? I understand. Docking fee of 100 credits? Okay. Each time I dock. I'm not gonna force persuade this guy. I don't even know that I could. And they're not Zerka Corp, so you know what? Here you go. Here's visitor guide and a map to the city. Refer to it should you have any questions. The gates of Otto City are now open. You may come and go as you please, as long as you do not leave the planet. If you do, you have to pay the docking fee again. Fine. I'll just have to make every trip to this planet count. Of course, I could come and go 40 times and be fine. You're not Zerka Corp, so I don't mind actually not trying to, you know, wiggle out of the rules or whatever. So where is that tourist guide anyway? That could be a fun read. Ah. Welcome, traveler, to exciting and adventurous Manon. Manon, the only source of the healing Kolto in the entire galaxy, is a wonderful and refreshing place to visit or do business. The Manon Port Authority welcomes beings of all species and affiliations to trade peacefully within the confines of Otto City. All visitors will rest easy knowing that the Cellcat security forces are always alert and watchful, even while you sleep. Our constant vigilance keeps the peace on the streets of Otto City and prevents the needless interruption of commerce by violence. Enjoy a fun and prosperous day on Manon, and please tell your friends about Manon. Okay. Let's go back to 4. 4 seemed like a good spot. I'm just gonna bounce between 4 and 10 for a while, I guess. Eventually I'll make 13 and set up a joke to chase on 15. Okay. I just gotta figure out how to get underwater and go from there. Kolto Distribution Center, this sounds fun. I was told to actually go to the Republic Enclave. I don't mind talking to these guys.
Stay out of my way. I'm on legitimate. I don't have time to listen to your stories. I've got a full shipment of Kolto to load before my shift is over.
Okay, so just doing that. So we just...
Jolie, may I have a moment? There's something I wish to speak to you about.
Yep, I figured it was only a matter of time until we had the whole come back to the order discussion. Well, I guess there's no avoiding it now, so let's get it over with.
I know you have issues with the Order, but you are a Jedi, Jolie. You command the Force. Without the guidance of the Council, how can you avoid falling to the dark side?
Well, I've managed to avoid it the last 20 years or so. Besides, light side, dark side, they don't mean the same to me as they do to you. I don't see in absolutes.
So you don't have a problem with Malik and the Sith?
I want to stop Malik as much as anyone. But I don't have to join the Order to do it. Look at Karth, or Canderous. They're with us in this quest, but they aren't Jedi. The capacity for good or evil, like the Force itself, is in all living creatures. And belonging to the Jedi Order, or the Sith, or any group, won't change what you are at your core.
I see you were quite adamant. No doubt you've had ample time to think on this during your long seclusion. I guess it was foolish of me to think I could sway your position so easily.
Yeah, I'm old and stubborn. But I appreciate the effort. But from now on, you can just think of me as any other non-Jedi in our little group. With a lightsaber. And Force powers.
Spoken like a true Grey. Thanks, bud. Needed that. I kind of want to save over that so I don't have to, like, hear that again, just in case. So going back into a technical side for just a second, the reason I alt-save on a different save file every time is in case I have to stop and re-record, I want to keep the save file I started on. That's true of any game I play, because I've had incidents. And you learn from these incidents pretty quick. Alora, you look important.
Jodie, it is you. I need your help.
Laura, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why? Whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolie. Sunry has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Jolie. Sunry isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Alora. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Alora. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry. Somehow.
And peacefully. Completely peacefully. Because that's a law.
So, do we have a deal?
That's an awful lot of money. Is there something you're not telling me?
Don't be so suspicious. The Republic is generous. We pay our mercenaries well.
Makes sense, I guess. All right, I'm in. When do I start?
Just show up at the Republic Embassy tomorrow and speak to our representative there. I'm sure he'll have some task he wants you to start on right away.
Okie doke.
Do you mind? I'm in the middle of a Republic recruiting drive right now. I need to hire these mercenaries before they sign up with the Sith.
Why are you hiring mercenaries?
In case you hadn't noticed, there's a war on. If we don't hire these mercs, the Sith will. Now excuse me. I have to continue my recruitments.
Okay, good luck.
Manaan may not seem very hospitable, but a surprising amount of trade runs through it because of the Kolto trade.
I'm gonna avoid this for right now. Just gonna avoid that for right this second. Now, courts. Otto West, Otto How. Well, I'm gonna not avoid this at all, ever.
The Republic respects the peace of Otto City, Your Honor. But the Sith are a violent people who leave violence in their wake. I have 3 soldiers in the infirmary.
If the Republic soldiers were more capable, they would not have suffered such serious injuries. Are my soldiers to be punished simply because they won a fair fight?
Calm down,
I
Liquid.
hardly call 6 against 3 a fair fight. The Sith are cowards who attack only when they have the advantage of numbers.
I'm aware of the Republic's indignation. However, witness reports clearly state your Republic soldiers were as willing to engage in violence as the Sith in this case.
They were provoked, Your Honor. The Sith goaded them into this fight.
Taunts and threats are not sufficient provocation in the eyes of this court. Words can be ignored, which is what your men should have done. I find both the Republic and the Sith to be equally at fault for this breach of the peace. I should throw all parties involved into the Otto City jail, but since no Selkath were harmed in the conflict, I will show mercy and levy a fine of 10,000 credits to both sides. Court is dismissed, though I warn you that further disturbances will not be viewed with such leniency. Hey, Liquid!
Manaan should treat us Sith better. Their day of reckoning approaches. The Selkath have forgotten the lesson of Taurus. Perhaps we should remind them.
We are developing a new type of space weapon. Metal Gear. Wait.
One day soon, the Selkath will pay for the indignities they have inflicted on the Sith.
Brother. Okay, hello. Judge Selkar, acting on behalf of the Selkath government of Manaan. It is my task today to answer the needs of off-world citizens of both the Republic and the Sith Empire. If you have legitimate grievances with another party, then you should speak to me. You should first, however, consult with the Republic Embassy before pressing formal charges. Something needs to bring your attention. Yeah, we gotta rescue our dude. How did you know I was from the Republic? Ship registry is originally from the Republic world of Transcell. Therefore, you are a Republic citizen. Yeah! My ship that I bought in the Republic. That's it. Yep. Or are you saying you stole your ship? No. Perfectly legitimate. I would like to investigate the murder case involving Sunri. This is acceptable, I believe. In the non-legal tradition, the defendant can have an arbiter who tries to prove his innocence in court. The arbiter is a neutral party that can investigate and present evidence in the trial and argue on the defendant's behalf. As you are a Jedi, I believe you could fulfill this role adequately.
I suppose you're Sunry's only hope. We have to at least try to help him.
So be it. You are now appointed arbiter in the case of Sunri versus the Sith Empire. Your name and position have been recorded on our files. I will now inform you of the pertinent facts in this case. You have a limited amount of time in which to investigate and organize a defense of your client. I advise you to use it wisely. Oh, good. Time limit. I've never played an Ace Attorney game before. Sunri was seen leaving a hotel, leaving behind a dead Sith woman, Lassa Heroes. He has been charged with murder and is being held in Otto City prison facilities. Due to his crippled status, he is being kept in a solitary holding cell. Witnesses claim to have seen the killing and are being detained at the hotel in question pending the trial. The manager of the hotel has now been informed of your appointment. Alessa was found dead of a blaster wound with an incriminating Republic medal clutched in her hand. This information has been uploaded to your datapad. It would be wise to review all information before the trial starts. You may question Sunri or the witnesses. The evidence in this case is heavily stacked against Mr. Sunri. I believe it will take some doing to absolve him of guilt.
Yes, but it almost seems too heavily stacked, doesn't it? Very suspicious.
You may also interview the judges here, including myself, to get an idea of the pertinent factors in this case. Since this is also your first case, and you are an off-worlder, I feel compelled to add good luck as my final missive. Thanks, I feel I'll need it. So, limited time means, Hey, Liquid.
Manaan should treat us Sith better. The Selkath have forgotten the lesson of Taurus. Perhaps we should remind them.
Designated arbiter in the Sunri case, I shall answer questions that you might have. Okay? Are there any suspicions about the case? violations of these Republic types stick together, however, and I assume we're the ones to defeat. That's the idea. What do you think of him? Former Republic officer is highly regarded by your people. He's admired by your people here at Manon, and even seems to maintain some sort of relations with them still. If he is as capable as some of the Republic citizens still believe him to be, he's certainly capable of actions that would result in this murder. What do you think of the Republic and the Sith Empire? The Republic is a task for laying the foundations upon which the Sith Empire grew, and the Sith now obviously for starting over. Spoken like a centrist. The Sith now have no cause for renewing hostilities. They just want to conquer everything. You think? I respect your neutrality, but you freaking think?
Almost seems they do wish to conquer everything and will not stop at Manon. Why the Salkath believe themselves invulnerable, I have no idea.
I believe the Republic has every right to defend itself and drive the Sith back where they came from. Unfortunately for them, and perhaps for us, they do not seem to be doing too good a job of it. Is there anything else you want to know? Okay, I should probably... Where is... Do I not have... I'm not seeing a data pad that I can, like, review here. Since you are here in official capacity, what do you mean? What do you think of Sunri? Republic soldier, hero even. Do you think his Republic message would let someone so valuable go so easily? I think not. I think Sunri maintains his contacts with the Republic and seeks to escalate the situation. Yeah, suspicious? I find this case to be fairly straightforward. Sunri's from the Republic, Alassa from the Sith. The great empires battling now live out their conflicts through their minions too. This is some epic battle of the good Republic versus the evil Sith Empire. The Sith Empire is merely an expansionistic power, much like the Republic was early in its history. Simply the turning of history where the old is swept away by the better new. I mean, you're wrong, but... and gross oversimplification, but whatever. Hero of the Republic. Severely injured line of duty. Personally hold him in quite high regard.
Speaking of that injury, has it been taken into consideration, Your Honor?
In no way does his disability hamper him, though. Rest assured that my personal regard for Sunri will not affect my judgment. While emotion may rule your Senate, the cold, hard hand of the law rules here on Manaan. The medal that was found clutched in the Sith's hand. Now we're getting somewhere. I find it most odd that such a blatantly incriminating piece of evidence would be left at the scene of the crime. We've analyzed the evidence, and it doesn't appear to be a replica, but I still have my doubts. In the midst of the crime, though, Sunri could well have lost it. I have seen much more improbable things happen in my tenure to the courts.
Simply because it was real does not mean Sunri would have overlooked it being in Alassa's hand.
Governing bodies of both states seek to keep an amicable relationship with our world in order to facilitate the exporting of Kolto. I do not delude myself into thinking that either of your states holds any great love for us, but we are necessary, so you will let us hold our autonomy. I try not to concern myself with intergalactic policy. I find it stretches the letter of the law too much for my taste. They speak to the warden in charge of the prison where Sunri is being held. Bring Sunri to us and the trial will commence. Okay, so I'm not on a time limit. Excuse. Great warrior. Fought for the Republic against Sith. Great respect for his accomplishments. But tragic. More individuals. Okay, that seems pretty suspicious and motivation for framing, but, you know, go off. A man with such reputable past as Sunri would murder a Sith woman, especially not from behind. But knowing the Sith, there was probably some deception involved. They do seek to do the same thing to us here. There's been much pressure by the Sith on our government, and even on the judges themselves, to deliver a guilty verdict in this case. But the letter of the law is absolute, and we will not be compromised for Sith power games. That's really tragic. For all its faults, your tottering republic has benefited the vast majority of the galaxy for many millennia. To see it fall into ruin in such a short time. I do not like the Sith, and that I make no effort to hide. I will even admit that if given the option, I would rule that we should join the Republic. But I must remain impartial and rule in this case as the law requires. I like you. Some half-human cripple could murder someone as obviously competent as Sith Alassa questionable was. Man who can barely walk killed a Sith warrior in her prime. Preposterous. But I wouldn't put it past the Republic trying to arrange such circumstances to see her dead. Sith are much more straightforward about their intentions. I find it presumptuous to assume that the cripple Sunri could kill Alassa. I think there must have been another there who killed her, perhaps one of the witnesses. I do not know the reason for the metal crust clutched in Alassa's hand either. But it might have been she fought them off even as she died. Maybe do the work of some Republican conspiracy, and I'm not afraid to say so. The only means I have of hurting the Republic is through Sunri, so be it. So our need of change. It's gone on too long. Let's sit there and fresh wind of change blowing across the galaxy. Do not believe in the false stories that you just nothing compared to the impression stagnation that the Republic represents in its core. Manaan would join the Sith, forcing the Republic to accept any face of the future, but it would appear that I am wiser and more farsighted than my immediate superiors and relegated to civil judicial matters. Which is this case, oh, okay.
So nice to meet an impartial judge for a change.
Impartiality is one thing, blindness is another entirely.
You said it, not I.
Are you finished? Okay. So I have some pertinent information. Alassa was very much a warrior. If I could just find this hotel, I think we'd be in business. In the meantime...
I hear you've been appointed as arbiter in Sunri's trial. My husband is innocent. Please don't let him go to jail for a crime he didn't commit.
Can you tell me anything about him?
Sunri's... he's a cripple. There's no way he could have overpowered the Sith woman like they claim.
That's true. I'd forgotten about that. Let's not forget that he would have to have been considerably older than the Sith woman.
You saying someone your age couldn't overpower a woman?
I'm a Jedi, and one who was living alone in the Shadowlands until recently. That keeps you in shape, damn it. We're talking about Sunry here.
And there's no way he would do something so dishonorable as hit her from behind. Sunry's a decorated war hero. He's a hero of the Republic.
I'll save him.
Find the real evidence. That's all I ask. The real evidence will prove Sunry didn't do this.
Okay, I just gotta find this hotel. I feel like I may be closing in on it. I mean, I wish Sweet Pea had the time. Well, that's a good cliffhanger for right now. Next time, we're gonna continue on our Ace Attorney net neutrality, whatever this cliffhanger represents. So that's fun. But yeah, next time we're gonna solve a murder trial again. You know, we did that on Dantooine too, didn't we? Yeah.